I'm in a position, I'm like, hey, things are looking great. Because again, I focus on that sustainability. And that's what people aren't teaching in traditional real estate teams. Because if you're part of a traditional real estate team, your team leader or owner or manager of that team has zero incentive to teach you to be great. They just want to teach you how to be good enough to not bother them so much, but not great enough to go out on your own.
Hey everybody, I'm Mel and I want to welcome you to our video interview where we gather top professional real estate agents and coaches so they can share valuable tips and strategies for agent success. Whether you're a team member, solo agent, new agent, or seasoned professional looking to take your business to the next level, we're here for you. So we hope you like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you get notified with each new video to help you close more deals, help more clients, use systems, and leverage agent talent to grow your own real estate business.
No
Hey,
worries.
Joshua Riddle.
Yes.
I'm glad you gave a little bit of your busy day to me. Thank you very much. I so
Of
appreciate
course. Hey, happy to be here. Always happy to talk with you, Mel.
this. Is a huge honor for me because I met Joshua with several other people when we first started collaborating together as agents, and I didn't really know what that means. So yeah, or what that would mean. And now we've grown. You've got like 70 agents that you've brought into this collaboration, and out of 150, out of so many more agents that are experience it, and that's really like the only way you can really know what something is to experience it, right? Because you've been on a team before and I never was on a team, so I didn't even know what to compare it to. But I saw enough team members as an appraiser to kind of know what it involved and how people felt on a team and where they got their start on a team and that they left a lot of times in a team. But the collaboration group continues to grow. So I want to thank you for number one, for always being there to lead, and before I go rambling on, why don't you explain what the collaboration group is and what CRG is?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I've actually been on two different real estate teams. There's a lot of things I appreciate from being on those teams, but there's a lot of things I've also learned from being on those teams. And was actually currently on a team when I heard about EXP. And EXP blew my mind. I tried to stay away from it and finally sat down and listened to someone give me the pitch, and changed everything for me, and I fell in love with it, and luckily had some really good people that I just hung around with. Honestly, we were all part of the team, and we all fell in love with it together, and we thought, there's better options out there for agents than a team or solo. And really that's most often that's the case. An agent will have, what are my decisions or what are my options as an independent realtor? I either go work for a team to have some support, some culture, and some community, but then I have to give up a lot of my money. I'm not working for myself most of the time. I'm doing my branding or not even using my own branding. There's a lot of just downfalls of working for a team, but it comes at the benefit of culture and community. So it's like kind of this give and take. Or if I go solo, yeah, I can build my own business, but if I don't have people around me or someone to train me or to lean on or learn from, then my learning curve is going to be a lot longer than most people. So where do I sit? We found this as an issue. I joined a team. I loved parts of it, hated parts of it, left. I went solo, loved parts of it, hated parts of it. Decided to join a team again because I wanted to be around agents. I wanted to get my business to kick up and start to speed up a little bit. I thought I could do more production and I didn't know what I needed to do. And so I thought, man, there's got to be a better part of both worlds. And when we heard about EXP, me and a couple of guys at that team fell in love with it. And we said, you know what, we can start what we would call the anti-team team, or a group, if you will. And basically the premise of this is where agents come to work for themselves, but not by themselves. What does that mean? That means that we have a group of agents, and luckily we met you early, Mel, with your experience both in appraisal and real estate. You were a huge addition. And we just want to kind of create this community, this culture of giving, sharing, teaching, and learning to each other so that we could all just get that much better. Because we're not competitors. We're competing with industries that are threatening our business, threatening real estate as a whole, real estate agent as a whole, right? We were all team realtor, right? And so created this group, had this idea, start with 4 people, just meeting in a cafe, opening laptops, listen to each other work. And then you fast forward 4 years later, we have 150 people in the group. We're over 15 states, and we haven't offered one single lead to anybody. We don't do that. We teach people how to build their own business. I'd rather teach you how to fish than give you a fish and take half of it back for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've said this for a long time. It's like it doesn't even matter if you're buying leads. I know a lot of people who buy leads, they pay thousands of dollars, right? We know people in this group that have talked about which leads generation source is the best, right? And they've shared their experience with all of them. But right now, with such a small pool of buyers, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you're paying out the yin yang for leads, because when that dries up, you're just spending money then. You're not, like you say, nurturing and fishing for your own leads and learning how to throw those nets out that will feed your family for a lifetime. And that's
100%.
critical.
For sustainability in this business, you have to learn how to grow your business internally, or you're going to work way too hard and not have anywhere near the return. We saw in the last 2 years in the buying frenzy, we saw a lot of lead systems blowing up and people just cashing in, taking these leads and converting. And that was fantastic, right? But then what happened when those leads dried up, when the interest rates shot up to 7%? Nothing. And the people that relied on that for their business didn't know where to turn. And for me, who's never converted an online lead, and really only tried a handful of times and instantly hated it because the conversion is so low that I'd rather work on a higher conversion rate. My business is picking up when everybody else that were reliant on that lead funnel, they're kind of stuck. They don't know where to turn. Where I'm in a position, I'm like, hey, things are looking great because again, I focus on that sustainability, and that's what people aren't teaching in traditional real estate teams. Because if you're part of a traditional real estate team, your team leader or owner or manager of that team has zero incentive to teach you to be great. They just want to teach you how to be good enough to not bother them so much, but not great enough to go out on your own because they'll make money off you, right? When you leave. So
Right.
that's what we found. And again, so if you're relying on those leads, it's basically like feeding a pet, for lack of a better phrase. You're not going to go anywhere if I keep feeding you, but if I teach you how to go hunt on your own and you understand that freedom, you're going to leave me. So that's my big problem with traditional real estate teams. That's why we created this group of agents that all teach each other. This is what works for me. It might not be for you, but so-and-so does this. It works for them. I want to try that. And that's what we're all about.
Right. I think that's super powerful, because what I do see in certain teams, and like you say, sometimes that works for some people, whatever. So there are some good team leaders. But what I do see in a lot of teams is the culture is, it's like you do it, it's my way or the highway. And we don't have that in our group, because lots of people are not comfortable with only doing social media or only doing Instagram or only doing Popeyes or walking around the neighborhood or open houses. But we have people that specialize in all those things that constantly continue to train. Like recently, Dennis, I have to interview him about how to utilize the CRM, right? Because that's super powerful. But we have everybody in that group, which I never realized would be so powerful. But I think that kind of person attracts the same like-minded person that's a giving even more to build the culture even more. And that's why I think it's such a quality about this group. And I love the collaboration between everybody. And it makes you want to give, right? I want to pick up the phone if somebody calls me about my past appraisal experience, because I get so much, and I've been able to leverage so much knowledge from everybody else, that picking up the phone is like, I got chills right now. I got chills right now just thinking about it, because it's a way I can give back. And I think that if you don't, everybody's got strengths, right? We see a lot of that. We have a lot of strengths in you're very much a good leader, in that you are consistently bringing us up together every Monday. And it's not a moan session. It's a time where you just really draw out the really good questions. What are we dealing with out there? And help you encourage everybody to say what's working. And I mean, they just give, they continue to give. I love it. It's just awesome. And that is a kind of a every week kind of a boost, right? Because it can get lonely, it can get frustrating with a recession looming.
Our time is valuable. We've learned that, right? Especially in real estate, because people will waste your time, right? And there's a reason that, and I'm very proud that it's been over 3 years that we've had a meeting every single Monday. a few holidays aside. And it's just, and some people are like, oh my gosh, every Monday, every meet. I love it, and there's pressure. I want to deliver. I want to make sure we get the group talking. I want to bring the energy. Like you said, my goal is to keep everyone together, keep that culture high, keep that attitude positive as much as possible. We still talk about hard subjects, very vulnerable in those meetings, right? But every Monday for 3 years, there's a reason we do that, right? If it didn't work, if there was no value there, we would not do it.
Yeah.
People would not show up. Right? I mean, you've been at damn near every single one of them, right? Every single Monday. And if those were a waste of your time, you would not be there.
Right. Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
you're a sum of your peers. Do you want to hang around people that are victim mentalities and saying this ain't gonna work? Or do you want to around people say I'm gonna work, this is gonna work, this is what I'm doing, and this is how it's working for me. This is where I messed up, guys. Learn from this. Let's shorten each other's learning curves, right? There's so much more value in community and culture than there is solo and independent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We have and we have a lot of icons in there, right? I don't know how many I've not counted, but there's a lot of top producers in there.
Yeah, 5 or 6 icons. I was blessed to hit that number myself. I know a couple of our agents last year. I think we had 3 icons hit last year. That weren't icons, but when we started this thing, right? I wasn't either. I contribute a lot of my success to people like you, Mel, people like Mark, your husband, and Jeff and Clark and Justin and Brad. I mean, I literally could name like 25 names of people
Right.
that have impacted my business in the last 4 years that if it wasn't for this group, I would have never even known.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, who
Absolutely.
can say that?
I've never seen it before in all the years of being around teams and around agents. Never seen anything like it.
And what does it cost us, Mel? Nothing.
Zero.
We
Zero.
are a zero charge group. That's another big distinction from us in a traditional real estate team. I want to get this message out to everybody that I can, right? We're team realtor. We care about agents. Because if agents do very, very well at what they do, our clients will continue to use us versus other systems that threaten our position and threaten our job, right? So if there's good realtors, if we train really good realtors that go out there and give top-notch service and take care of their clients, then their clients are going to use them again. Our industry is supported, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. So true. And the thing that is, I think people kind of can't conceive is, okay, so I'm an agent, but so what if I want to build a team? Well, that you can still do that, right? In this group. And how cool is it that, like you said, you can do it faster because now you're leveraging a group already, group of mentors, a group of top agents. You're given, Justin is doing templates for that people can utilize. So all of a sudden now you've got a marketing department and you didn't have to pay somebody for marketing, right? It's phenomenal. It's awesome.
I feel it's revolutionary. I was a little I was in the industry for 3.5 years when we started this thing, right? It's just a rookie myself, but started to notice trends, notice issues, and we built something that's sustainable, right? And then again, not knowing what we were going to be or even how to scale up, we had the right partners around us and said, I've built things before. Here's your next step. Here's your next step. Here's what, and that shortened our learning curve, right? To where I'm able to build now, here I am 4.5 years into the business. My stock is worth over 125. At one point, it was 300,000. We all know what happened to the stock market, but at one point, over $300,000. That was 2 years ago, so only 2 years here. But not only that, but now I have a passive income of about 35,000 a year.
It's awesome.
Passively, right?
Yeah.
And I would not have been able to build this quickly to this. Still a lot of work to do, right? I'm not even close to being done, but I would not have been able to get here if I wasn't surrounded by people that have been here and have learned, hey, this is what you do. Here's what you avoid to save time and money. Do it this way. I've done it, so you do it like this, and you will get there faster than I did. And I took that advice, right? Made a few mistakes on my own, being too proud, trying other things. And then I realized, like, I would not be here if I wasn't surrounded by people like you, people like Jeff, like all the people that I can name that push me to just be better and shoot higher and aim higher.
Yeah, totally.
And if you made it this far, we must have hit a nerve or two. Reach out to Mel, reach out to myself. We love what we do.
Where should they call you? Josh is in Gilbert, but remember, we we can talk with people all around the nation. So go ahead and give
Yeah.
your number, Josh.
I just hooked someone up in Washington to EXP of our CRG group up there. Now she has 2 agents that she partners with. They meet once a week. I helped her talk to the broker and get removed from the mentor program. Like our arms reach nationally and internationally, and we can help you. So yes, based out of Arizona, that's where we started. We have agents in 15 states. And if you're not in one of those states, it's even better for you, because I can tell you, if you're not one of the 15 states that we're in, when you jump into our group, you now have 150 agents that will refer to you and your
Yes.
location, right? So we
Yes.
want an agent in CRG in every major city, in every state and country in the world.
Yes. Okay, where's a good number to reach you?
Phone number 480-206-4632. Find me on Facebook, J Riddle Realtor, and on Instagram, J Riddle Realtor. And then, or Google anything CRG and you should see our face. Just, find a way to get a hold of us. We are friendly people. We love to talk.
Thank you so much again, and we will see you all next time. And if you have any questions at all, please call us.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Mel.